Assalamu alaikum, my dear sisters. Good afternoon out to you all. How is everybody? Today is Saturday, weekend. And the majority of you are busy washing, cleaning, cooking, at the marketplace, doing your groceries and everything. But yes, life still continues. And also, not only life, but your friend video still continues on my sister. And dear sisters, today I want to talk about in-laws. So those of you who are online, gather here and let's chat, okay? So as usual, I'll wait for my dear sisters to join me on this live video so we can start, okay? If I show join a live video, mommy who say or online, mommy who in the comments, don't be an observer, please. Hello, mommy. Hello, everybody. I'm in Sakakra, mama. Hello, sweetie Latifa. Yes. And then I am making in-law because sometimes also some of you, your major problem in your marriage is your in-laws. That is not being able to have peace in your marriage and always thinking that your in-laws. That is what. And then come on here, everybody. We're going to talk a little bit about in-laws and how to relate with your in-laws. And dear sisters, there's something that me personally, Adama, my year it's helping me. Who is laughing in the background like that? Okay, but I'm just really like you. When you marry, thank you. When you marry, it's always been said that when you marry your husband's family, it's your family. They are just like your own. Take your husband's mother as your mother and everything. At the same time, my sister, some of you marry and you get mother-in-laws who are very bitter. You marry and you encounter mother-in-laws who don't like you for the rest of your stay or for how long you are married to their son, they will never like you. Some women are naturally like that. Some women, if it's not on one kasane ba wa on do biaba that. My sister, opa ko Jerusalem, opa ko Makkah, opa ko baby obi biaba. If your mother-in-law says she doesn't like you, my sister, that is not a problem. If she doesn't like you and her son loves you and her son has married you, my sister, that alone is enough for you to have your peace of mind. You can't force your mother-in-law to love you just as your mother. Some mother-in-laws, they portray that, yes, I don't like you, I don't love you. And if you have that kind of mother-in-law who shows you that she doesn't love you, my sister, just leave your own peace. Man, don't worry yourself saying, I don't know what to do for her to love me. My sister, you can't force someone to love you. And you're possible. Just as when your husband doesn't love you anymore, he doesn't love you. It's the same with a mother-in-law. So if you have a mother-in-law who's always complaining, who's always making bad comments about you, my sister, sometimes you should learn to ignore. You have to do what? You have to learn to ignore. Because, it's very difficult for you to go between your husband and the mother. Sometimes you people, some of you get offended because when you talk to your husband about their mothers, they don't take your sides. Because my sister is the same way. If somebody comes to talk to you about your mother, I don't think you're going to defend that person. You're definitely going to take the side of your mother. So it's not because the man loves you, it's not because you have kids with him, it's not because he sees you as the wife and he respects you so much. You expect him to go and stand in front of the mother and say, hey, mother, why did you talk to my wife like that? That is disrespect. And we Africans were not brought up that way. Okay? So if you have a mother-in-law, I want person, or show so on though. Oh, mother-in-law with or say, I call with them, I don't. My son, why did you marry this woman? Cry, my sister. If it's in your destiny that you are going to marry your husband, it's God who decided that. Say yes, you and your husband are going to be what? To be one. You and your husband are going to have kids together. So sometimes when you learn to ignore When you learn to ignore, especially your mother-in-law in your marriage, and my sister, you have your peace of mind. Obibeka said, every morning when she comes and knock on my door, she will shout on me. My sister, shouting, and does it kill you? Shouting, and does it belittle you? Shouting, does it take your beauty out of you? When she's tired of shouting and you don't respond, won't she stop? She'll stop. And she's so these, sorry to say, when so mother-in-law is that kind of woman, not always about the ha. You feel so bad, you are in a room, you don't want to come out. My mother-in-law will find what she's done to me this morning. She came to knock on my door that I've made that place so dirty. I wash my clothes without pouring water, and sometimes also when these women, when they get older now, they become something else. When they become old now, my sister, they don't have anything doing. French university, she's bored, and so she needs to do something. Especially is the type not when she was young and she was very hyper now. When she's older, my sister, the oldness, she's not going anywhere. And if she doesn't talk, and if she doesn't bring that out of her, my sister, say it's not good for her health. And so sometimes we should learn to ignore some of the things that our mother-in-laws they do. Okay, it's not everything that it should bother you, my sister. When you have a mother-in-law, yes, good morning, Rafa Adam. When you have a mother-in-law who is like that, my sister, there's no need for you to be complaining too much to your husband, because it will get to a point that your husband would even detest. He would even hate you in a way. He would say that you are not respectful, because no matter how you love your husband and you think that he would defend you, he would always defend his mother first, because he can never exchange his mother for you. Just as you are the wife, you can leave anytime and he can marry anytime. But so he's not going to get a replacement. Some of you also, you marry and you think you are in competition with your mother-in-law. You think that if you want something, your husband should give it to you first and leave the mother. My sister, remember that you are also a woman. No? You are also a woman. You're going to also be a mother-in-law one day. So do unto others as you want others to do unto you. If your husband wants to take care of the mother, if he wants to buy something for his mother, encourage him. Even help him to choose good things for his mother. You get that blessing. You see, Alberta says, interesting. Those of us who complain about that do worse things when we become the same. Exactly, my sister. Funny enough, yesterday I was talking to one lady. She was like, my mother-in-law doesn't like me, and because she doesn't like me, she went to see a pastor, and the pastor said to her, she should bring this, she should bring that, she should bring this, he's going to do something for her. And when he does that thing for her, something would happen in the house, and the mother-in-law would do and that woman, as soon as that thing happens in the house, the lady should pack her things and go. I said, sweetheart, so would you agree to do such a thing? I don't know what the pastor says is going to do for you. Would you agree to do such a thing? What if you are going to see the pastor and the pastor himself is going to use you for a sacrifice? Who knows? Pastor says, candle. Pastor neso onkoto handkerchief. Onkoto deben. Me say, what if you yourself, what you are going to give to the pastor, and the pastor is using you for his sacrifice? How would you know? What if what you're going to give to the pastor, what if when the pastor receives what you are giving to him, something happens to you? How would you explain it? That yes, you had a mother-in-law who didn't like you, so you went to do something and then it turned against you. My sister, I said to her, long story short, I said, look, if you have a mother-in-law who doesn't love you, there's no need for you to go and see a pastor for a pastor to do something for you. My sister, you have to sit down and pray over it, okay? Because there's nobody who has a superior power. There's nothing like a superior power. It's names that people have on them. You have named that, okay, you are a pastor, you are a man of God, okay, you are a malam, you are like this. There's nobody who has a superior power. We all have the same power when it comes to praying to God. See, a bomb paya shenya, you know, your powers and your pay. Obie no ho a ne tumi eso se oh me magical powers me say ono o ka tro se pastor o ka tro se o tumi no woni me be okofa ne tumi ni free woni ma dia ordenam. Do you know what is within him? Do you know how they ordenam? Say he's going to do something for you, and you yourself, you don't even pray, because if you pray you wouldn't go and do such things, my sisters. Let's leave these old women alone, okay? These old women, some of them, they are always fighting for their sons because they suffered a lot for their sons. Some old women, when you see her so protective over her son, it's because maybe she was even a single mother taking care of her son. So imagine that someone who has been a single mother all her life taking care of her son, today her son is a doctor, and you don't want the woman to get closer to her son. My sister, we are before now. Obi a wa ne ba no watete no meke mami se no si breye pa otimi ma ne ba ne eye doctor ene you are happy, you are married to a doctor, he's earning so much, and you don't want the mother-in-law to get closer to him because you feel that you are the wife, the money belongs to you and the kids. My sister, the mother was there before you. Nana mama no before you. And this mama no so be did ne basika. Allow her to also enjoy. Because if you don't allow her to enjoy, when you also grow up, the same thing is going to happen to you. The very way you treated your mother-in-law is the very way somebody else is going to also be with you. Vinti, my sister, they also you have to respect that old woman, because that old woman can also be your mother. That old woman, you need that old woman's prayer. You need her blessing also in the marriage. You need that old woman's blessing in the marriage, and you also need, when your mother-in-law, when she curses you in marriage, it's very bad, my sister. If she curses you in marriage, my sister, well, your marriage will not survive. Even if it's going to take 50 years, it will not survive. And yes, these old men, let's make sure that they don't put bad mouth in our marriages. No one can at the bonnet and fire warrior home, because some of them, they go to the extent of cursing. She would curse you, and at the end of the day, I don't know what happened. Everything is going so bad. My husband doesn't look at me. But sometimes also, every year, mama, complaining too much to your husband, mother-in-law. Aye, mother-in-law, does she sleep in your room? Does she sleep in your room? Or mother-in-law, no doubt them. On doubt them. Well, you need to say radio. That ends outside, my sister. You don't carry her words on your head to go and sleep with it. When she says something to you that is so hurtful, what Hanim say? A peer free her. Some of you, if you don't learn to walk apart in so many things, you will suffer. You have to learn to love them. Sometimes these mother-in-law, they've never felt love outside their own kids. And you have to also let them know how you were trained to love. Some mother-in-law, as soon as you be in anwa, edijatem, and I will me who pass me back warrior. Come in pass and go out warrior about front sour, and come young customer who pay a man. Okay, but auntie mother-in-law, your son made a choice, and the choice that your son made was this woman. There's nothing like somebody is a bad woman. There's nothing like somebody comes from a bad family. There's nothing like, oh, this woman, her family background. Everyone says some families you don't marry, but sometimes also, as mothers-in-law. You see, today I'm not defending anybody. I'm not defending mother-in-laws, and I'm not defending daughters-in-law. 50-50. You have to try your best, and she also has to try her best. At the end of the day, you have a man between who has the love for the mother and the love for the wife, my sister. But at the end of the day, you should know that when even your mother-in-law thought blah, 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 his son sleeps on your bed. Your husband does not sleep on the mother's bed. It is psychologically, some of you are not thinking. Your mother-in-law will insult you plenty. Huh? You feel so miserable. You feel so sad. You cry all the time. Yes. What did you want them? Why you say? But at the end of the day, sweetheart, the son no is coming to sleep. Won't pass on. Asa. It is the one name, sir. If you know this principle, my sister, why do you have to always be complaining? You know where to get your husband. You know things that you have to say for your husband to develop that love between you and your husband. To talk about you and your husband. Your mother-in-law, she's done with what she has to do. She's on her retirement. While retire, we're taking care of Nebana, and he's a man, he's married, and you are his wife, my sister. So you see, when we have to wear, the two scales must need a wear. Or upper hand, but you don't see yourself as having the upper hand, sister. And so you see, that is it, my sister. You know, sometimes also, if you can, buy something and give it to her. She'll be surprised, especially those mothers-in-law who don't like you. Would try your best, you buy something. You buy Holland and Toma. And I say, you know, these old women, you know, they love Holland prints. You buy her nice Holland and Toma. Or you buy her something nice. I just that she'll look at you. Feral crowd because yeah, make a far girl now it wasn't true. And everything that I did for this girl to just get fed up of her marriage and she didn't give up. She'll be like, wow, my son has what? A very strong woman. But the baby kitchen na yesu. No go catch never. And your husband will be like, don't worry, I'll talk to my mother. He will never talk to the mother. Because baby, in the African society now, your mother is the champion. Your mother is the one taking the front seat. Yes, just like you. Would you allow your brother's wife to disrespect your mother? You wouldn't. Let's be honest. Would you allow your brother, your brother's wife to disrespect your mother? You'd be like, hey. And this woman, I'll beat her up. I'll show her past. Yes, for my mother, you can't talk to my mother like that. The very way you defend your mother from the side of your brother's wife, no, is the same way that mother-in-law also is being defended by the son. And it's the same principle. It's the same principle. So what's here that way? You are always free. You are free. You do whatever you want to do. You have a free will. The because Adaba is not the same. It's not the same as you people. I said, what is not the same as we people? It's the same. It's the same principle. But everyone's song is quoted in a different way. Okay? But at the end of the day, you want to what? You want to have peace. You want to have your peace of mind. And you know the kind of mother-in-law you have. You know her better than I do. And sweetheart, long story short, this is all I wanted to talk about. And then, any day. You know, my sister, be a civilized woman. When you say a civilized woman, a woman who understands life, a woman who understands what is happening to her, a woman who understands what goes on in her life and how she can be able to also control whatever is going on in her life. That makes you a civilized woman. Civilized woman, yes, I what's wrong? Wakoshe moko. Say you are wearing heels and you have your makeup on and you are outside or not. When you say you are a civilized woman, is a woman who knows how to control situations. Situations come in your life, bitter, good, sad moments, good moments. But as a woman, you should be able to what? Deal with all these situations. Bako. And then I'm in a happy mood, say, chai. You see, my sister there's somebody who's asking me to talk about sisters-in-law. I can add sisters-in-law. Sisters-in-law, they just come right after mothers-in-law. They are very funny sisters-in-law. You should know that your sister-in-law, she would always envy you because she feels that, wow, the husband has chosen a wife, and the wife wasn't her choice. When you have a sister-in-law who doesn't like you, learn to leave her alone. When you have a sister-in-law who doesn't like you, my sister, leave her alone. Because a sister-in-law is like your sister. But you see, the word in-law, abeshoko, meaning that she's not your biological sister. Into whatever you do, no, there is a but. There's a barrier. That's what I say. And yes, sometimes we feel that, okay, oh, sisters-in-law, she's just like my sister. I love her. But it's not everybody who has that kind of sister-in-law. Maybe you are lucky. You got a sister-in-law, you get on so well. That sister-in-law, you buy stuff for her, she also buys stuff for you. You gossip about your husband, and there's a good electric connection between you and the sister-in-law. But unfortunately, it's not for everybody. Some people, they have sisters-in-law who are bitter. They have jealous sisters-in-law. They have sisters-in-law who think that they can just rule them. They can just walk on them like this. My sister, so what sister-in-law or how after all, and yet or no no what you are married to the brother. If she loves you, fine, love her back. If she doesn't love you, my sister, leave her alone. And yet by force. So now baby na jono ho. After all, 1 2 fee. 1 tini fee. Obi hatini baby. And that sister-in-law also, there's something we have to know. She has no right to say a word in your marriage. Your marriage is between you and your husband. She should also think about her marriage, or she should also think about the man who is coming to marry her. And she should think about what she's also going to do in her life, with her life, and leave yours alone. Because look, I'm an African myself, and I know how sisters-in-law can behave. Some sisters-in-law, some sisters-in-law, she would just come to the husband, to the brother's house, and then she'll start controlling you. She'll start talking to you anyhow, and she'll be like, after all, you are in your brother's house, fine. You are in the brother's house, but you are the brother's wife. Yes, you are in the brother's house because you are the brother's wife. The brother has married you. Now, if she herself as a sister, if she doesn't know that she has to respect you in the brother's house, that means she herself will molobali. That means so and she didn't respect the brother. Because every sister-in-law who respects the big brother, no, you not come in your brother's house and talk to his wife anyhow, because you feel that, oh no, she's also going to get married, or she's also married to somebody, no. That's her also. If we have to extend it, her sisters-in-law also, do they treat her the same way? If they were treating her the same way, she'll come and complain to the mother. Ma'am, I have a sister-in-law who doesn't like me. And see, yes, you also, if she's not ready to make you have your peace of mind, and leave her alone. After all, she's not the only person in the family. You definitely have sisters-in-law. Maybe if you have 3 or 4 sisters-in-law, you have at least one that you get along with. That alone is enough. Having everybody who loves you, is not even healthy for you. Having every sister-in-law who loves you, it's hypocrisy. It's at least if it's one person who loves you, I say that alone is enough. Yep, it's enough. So be a doer, because when they all love you, they would all meet and gossip about you. And when they all do to say things that would hurt you. So yes, molobali. Yes. Sisters-in-law mon from say so me molobali. Molobali. Tell them that some me Adam saw me molobali. Don't be afraid of them. Those sisters-in-law, if you are watching me out there, don't be afraid of them. Oh, afraid of your sister-in-law because of what? That is why you have to be empowered. When you are empowered, she'll not come and say anything she wants to tell you. Some sisters-in-law, their mothers want them to work, but your mother-in-law doesn't want you to work. Once a name be right, a name be is not right. But all the same, this is where I'll end my video, because I have to also make another video on tell it moms. Yes, those people, they are Molobali people. Don't mind them. Have your peace of mind. Enjoy your marriage, sweetheart. Your husband loves you. Show your husband love. Love him. Those who love you, love them. Those who don't like you, who don't love you, my sister, there's nothing you can do. Just leave them. And then move on. We move. My sister, I'm telling you. Those sisters-in-law, call them Molobali. If they're watching me, maybe I'm Molobali. Oh, sisters-in-law will cut you. Oh yes. Your day has to be smooth, sweetheart. Gladys says, I'm making her day smooth. My sister, your day has to be smooth. Your day has to be bright. You have to be happy. If you don't cut that cord, with those toxic sisters-in-law, you never enjoy your marriage. You see your good husband and you see bitterness in your husband because your husband hasn't done anything to you. It's just the sisters, they are the ones worrying you. It's also the pressure. No, you yourself, no, you are wasting your precious moments. You are not even enjoying that marriage. That marriage that is supposed to be sweet, that is supposed to be what? Beautiful. You spend your time complaining all the time. I said the award tribunal court. I said there was a court and a judge every day complaints. Your sister has done this, your mother has done this. You see, at the end of the day, your husband will be fed up. He himself, he will be fed up. Oh, Sankofono, Molobali. Oh, maybe I also have sisters-in-law. They know me. They know that I don't. Sorry to say, I don't pet in Kwasiasebo. They know me. My sisters-in-law, they know me. They know me very well. You see. And funny enough, there's something that I've also observed with our African sisters-in-laws. That is, they feel that you have to always give them present. The day you don't have anything for them, they don't love you, they don't like you. The day you start giving them, oh mama, money, hey, my brother's wife she's super, she's nice, she's beautiful, she's this. The day you stop giving them those presents and those money, nah, my sister, they start calling you, say you were a witch. Say you've taken their brother to juju, to this. Until I make her say, love them, but have a distance between them. As I say, because you are even if they are older than you are the what? You are the brother's wife. You are his wife, and they have to respect that title of being a wife. And see, if they respect that title of being a wife, even if they are older than you are, they should know say sebi. Omunia be mano, what done and pass. And to be our done and pass, you are Nehema, we are no hema, a bona, a was said Dawson, almost so they have to give it to you. It's not because a sister-in-law is older than you, say, she would come and then tell you, say, hey, sorry and do this. No, you can't tell me, say, sorry to do this, sister-in-law. Mind your business. What you fear, no fear, not general. Don't come and rule and don't come and tell me what to do in my marriage with your brother. And that is it. Some sisters-in-law also, you have to show them your true colors for them to also calm down. Because some people, they'll come with their grief. I said, they said, when you see a cat, yes. Some sisters-in-law, she'll just bring herself like this. You have to let her know, say, hey, my sister, Don't cross this line. And then what's not baby and then she'll leave you. Some sisters-in-law, they'll come or move a bow do musubai. Also, shrow musubai no man who will say, Mammy will say, intimate Janessa. Now, Fatima is talking about what? Brothers-in-law. Brothers-in-law, they are something else. Especially if you are prettier than their wives. When you have a brother-in-law and you as a woman or who a sin, the brother-in-law's wife, my sister, you have wahala. You would never have that peace. You would never have that peace in your house. When you have a brother-in-law and you are prettier than the wife, you are more intelligent than the wife, and if you have a better situation than his wife, anytime that, especially if he's the big brother of your husband, anytime that he sees that comparison, my sister, he would hate you for nothing. He would feel so jealous about you for nothing. He would see you na ewonitirim say nko nyaya na nko no na wo ye ne yere. And yes, those brothers-in-law so masamo ho. And no credit there ba ko pe. No credit there ba ko pe. Into bia what brother-in-law and extra say on door no. So what sure say he doesn't like you. Compare who sabe what ne yere no. Obe hu so ho ofese no. You are prettier than the wife. Obe hu sa wa ko school sen. Obe sa wo adwuma papa so sen ne yere. And when he analyzes we say na then I also oye bi mu. Aka hate o hate you na so. Thank you so much, Mamia. Yes, Auntie, this is what I wanted to talk about, and I hope you enjoyed this talk also on in-laws. In-laws, my sister, in-laws, the in-laws can be funny, in-laws can be nice, in-laws can be ugly, in-laws can be what? Ooh, they can be everything. But at the end of the day, you have to be you. You have to be you. Love yourselves, okay? Respect yourself. When you respect yourself, trust me, when you respect yourself, you would have in-laws. When you respect yourself, yes, thank you, Selena. When you respect yourself, you would have in-laws who would also have to force themselves and respect you. You know, when your sisters-in-law or your mothers-in-law come with some subaimbi just to insult you and whatever, who say when you respect yourself, they would have to lower or more level to your level to respect you. I love this music. Yes. Thank you so much, Selena. And Ukraine, be happy yourself. My sister Fatima says his wife, he says the brothers, the husband's brother's wife once told her she doesn't know why the brother envies her so much. Don't mind her, or no, because she's a hypocrite. She wants to know if you are aware of what is going on. Don't mind her. The same document. They are the same. Whatever you tell her, she's going to tell the husband. Until that sister-in-law of yours, Mrs. Sheye, or they are the same. Don't mind them. And I call Nigeria because we share Nigeria for Academy. Thank you so much, everybody. I have to go. I'm sure, yeah. Thank you so much, sisters. Salam alaikum. And I make carrots. My sister, enjoy your marriage. But when enjoying your marriage, me mo be am better na worry mo say so-called sister-in-law about how and everything. My sister, you need fruit. Just enjoy life, okay? I have to go. Salam. Thank you.